So the first person I'd like to bring up here is a person running for the Senate position in LD 16, Legislative District 16, which we are in right now. Chris Mastondrea is running for that position. He's from Hillsborough. He's an attorney, and I'd like to welcome him up here, and he's going to take a couple minutes and welcome you and say a few things.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming out today. My name is Christian Mastondrea. I am an attorney. I do live in Hillsborough, right up the road. I've lived in Hillsborough for 10 years, but I am born and raised in New Jersey. I come from a long line of Jersey people, Jersey City primarily. And I remember a time in New Jersey when you were a working family, you had enough money in your pocket to buy a house, you had enough money to buy a little bit of a vacation time, maybe something down the shore. Things were good. My mother was a social worker. She was CWA. I know many of you are NJEA today, and I thank you so much for your support. You don't know how much I appreciate the union support that we have received, because the unions are really the backbone of what built this country and what continue to make this country great. But my mother was CWA. My father worked for Exxon, and he was a pipe fitter, and he was unionized too. And you know what? They got me to college. They got me through to law school. I went overseas for a year and a half, went to the University of Edinburgh, graduated with a master's in law. So I came back to New Jersey because in New Jersey, education was valued, working people were valued. That's what this state was about. And that's what this state should be about. The middle class, the working class people, the professionals like yourself, the teachers, that have kept this state so strong. So when I came back, I was really disturbed to see the way New Jersey has been going. And I don't know about you, but a friend of mine, Sonia Martin, so eloquently says, elections have consequences. And they do. They have real consequences. If this election goes the way it's trending, and we have another 4 years of the Chris Christie administration, and we have 4 more years of Kip Bateman and Donna Simon and the Tea Party agenda, what we are going to wind up with, and I think there's very little surprise about this, is a state legislature and a governor that are trying to move this state to the right. And what does that mean for the people here today? Well, it's very simple. First of all, we know education, public education is under siege. We know that people want to privatize education. We know that because they're outwardly pushing it. It's going to save tax dollars. They want to replace hard-working, well-paid teachers with essentially younger, not even. I mean, there's a presumption that younger is better, but we know that's not true. We know that this is a profession. So they're looking to move money into the hands of people that they can make money from. That's not a good idea. I think we all know that. We stand on this ticket. I am so proud to be running with Marie Corfield and so proud to be running with Ida Ochiteka, because what we believe is that there are a couple of things that are sacrosanct. I'm the product of a public education. I think I've told other crowds this before. I'm dyslexic, and I was in private school until I was in the 5th grade. But they didn't know what to do with me, so they gave me to public school teachers, because it was the public school teachers who were properly trained in how to handle me. They taught me, and they got me to college. They got me through law school. So I understand this. Private isn't always better. Public usually works when it's done right. So we stand with public education. We stand with women's health. The other thing that I'm fascinated by is how big government speeches that they give seem to fail when it comes to the control of a woman's uterus. They don't have a problem passing a law saying, you know what, you can't have an abortion when you want it. You know, we'd like to make you go through an invasive test before you're approved for an abortion. I don't have a problem with that. I don't know if government could get any bigger than if it's actually looking inside of you. But that having been said, they're cutting funding for women's health. And it's shocking to me, because when I knock on doors, I obviously hear about property taxes, but the other thing that I hear about is that they closed the Manville Clinic because there wasn't funding for the Manville Planned Parenthood Clinic. The other side's talking like it was an abortion clinic. They didn't perform abortions in Manville. It was screening for women's health. So the misinformation is amazing, but you know what? That wasn't, they're perfectly happy, you know, trying to say that we're in favor of big government when they are pushing that agenda. So we're very proud to be working very hard, trying to build the base to get out on election day. We know that if you come out with us on election day, we can win. So I really appreciate you taking your time out on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, coming, listening to a couple of politicians talk. I really appreciate Mr. Dean coming today. what a pleasure to have him here. The work that GFA has done is amazing, and I really thank him and his organization for their support. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed today's barbecue.